Hey everybody, my name is Garrett.
I'm Eric.
And this is Stay Tuned Garage. Today we're working on Eric's Project Evo. It's behind us here in the shop. I'm not sure if you can see it.
Yeah, they can see it.
But we're doing a couple things to it. He bought some really wide wheels and some flares. So we're going to go ahead and fit those. Usually on an Evo, like a 17 by 8 with a pretty high offset is the most you can run. But Eric decided to pick up some 17 by 9 plus 25 offset wheels with some fat tires. So we're going to try and fit those today. Might be a challenge.
We're going to go for a little bit of a wide body conversion. You don't really see it on an Evo 4. Evo 5, 6 onwards, they kind of came with a little bit wider fenders. You can easily put some bigger wheels underneath. Fortunately, the 4 came with some pretty skinny specs stock. I think it's 16 by 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little bit of work, cutting this bad boy up.
All right, Eric, tell us a little bit about your Evo here.
Is that what we're doing right now?
Okay. All right, Eric, tell us a little bit about your Evo here.
All right. Well, I picked up this Evo a few years ago. I actually traded my motorbike for it. Still miss the two-wheel life, but you know, needed a car for them groceries, got a family, whatnot. Anyways, this is my Evo. It's a little haggard on the body, the paint's not perfect, but I feel like I've done quite a bit to it. It is a budget build. I know you see in the States, especially Evo 8s, 9s, they go all out. Everything looks mint, but unfortunately, you know, I'm a student, young guy. Couldn't afford to go the $30,000 build route. Went the $5,000 build route. Anyways, there's a little shot of the engine bay. Full bolt-ons done so far, exhaust all the way back, intake. We got a tubular exhaust manifold, it's part of the exhaust, upgraded turbo. Get a little bit more into detail with that later on. Got our own coil on plug conversion here, you know, aftermarket intercooler and piping. A little bit of strut bracing on the top. This is a stock bar actually, but it was optional on the Evo 4, so.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And yeah, it's just a little bit about the engine bay. A couple deletes in here, air conditioning, took my cooler reservoir out. You know, batteries moved to the trunk, of course. So.
Tell us a little bit about the turbo.
A little bit about the turbo. So it is 73mm turbo, quite similar to an FP Green or an HTA 71. Billet wheel 20G turbo. So, and that's just still a stock frame location.
Nice. Alright, these are the freaking meaty wheels Eric's gonna try and run here. We just take the flares on for some fitment that you can see there.
Yeah, so this is kind of the look we're going for here. Just a fat, wider wheel, you know, better handling on the track, more aggressive look. Behind the wheel we do have a spacer, as I needed to clear my Brembo brake set that I got off of the Evo 8. Stock 4 brakes were not Brembos. And yeah, there's a couple shots. Missing the center caps right now, I got them on the bench.
Alright.
And here's a little look at what the rear is going to look like here. So I got my tail lights blacked out, probably going to sand those off and redo them. Don't like the way they came out the first time. And inside the trunk, underneath some of the trim and stuff, we have my water meth kit. It's another thing I'm running on this engine is methanol injection AEM kit. I got my pump and my reservoir mounted in the trunk, and my controller's in the cabin, and the sprayer obviously is welded onto the intake piping. So
Evo 6 wing.
Yeah, Evo 6 wing and trunk. Tail lights are actually underneath the tint. They're Euro lights, which were, you know, super great back in 2000. But that's why I blacked them out.
Evo 6 truck? I thought Evo 6 trunks didn't come with center.
Some did, some didn't.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you know what? Super dank exhaust.
Yeah, you can take a shot of the rear wheels here.
Yeah, rear
Like
fitments.
what it looks like with the center caps on. It's freaking chilly in here.
Yeah, it's cold. We're up here in Canada, in Alberta. It's freaking minus 20 outside today. We're freezing our asses off, and I ran out of propane. Alright, That's the Evo.
Alright everybody, so what we're doing here, replacing the steering wheel. Got a really dank Momo aftermarket one, a little bit more dish on it. Nothing wrong with the stock Momo that comes in the Evo 4, but you know, just want to get those JDM points. Anyways, first thing you gotta do, a couple bolts on the side, pull out your airbag center steering wheel system here. Just a contact there, plugs into here. Something you always want to do, follow your manufacturer specifications to airbag pulling procedure. Don't want this thing to go off in your face. Sometimes it's disconnect the battery for 10 minutes. Sometimes there's a reset procedure through your OBD2. Something to look up. Anyways, got mine out here, pulled this out. Something you want to be careful of, electrostatic discharge can set an airbag off. What's cool though is inside here, it's just a 2-pin connector. Something that happens when you disconnect your airbag connector here, shorting bar actually comes down and connects those two pins together so that it can no longer have a power put to it and set the airbag off. Another thing, when you're carrying an airbag, away from your body, facing out. When you set it on a table, facing up. So there's that.
So it doesn't frickin' pop off and blow all your lights up.
Yeah, I mean, unless that's what you're going for. Take it out to a field, put a tire on, it's always a good idea too. Next thing to do, center steering wheel nut here. You want to break it loose. It is always recommended that you use a steering wheel puller. We didn't use a steering wheel puller because we're cool like that. So anyways, yeah, I got that loosened off. Just gonna pull the nut here. And then,
break the nut loose.
Break the nut loose. And you're going to want to grab or take a rubber mallet and pull evenly on top, bottom, side to side so you don't put any bending loads on that stud there. But leave the nut still attached, just broken loose, so that when it does come loose, you don't smack yourself in the face and give yourself a shiner. So anyways, we got all of this broken off, we did all that, and it's ready to come out.
Dang.
So there's your steering wheel.
Alright guys, that's the end of this episode here. We have some more exciting stuff coming in the future. And as always,
stay tuned.